I feel like, you know, marriages are just under attack. I mean, I see it on every side. I believe that you know, the day that we live in is just not conducive for marriage. It's not a day that supports marriages. We live in a day where everything pretty much fights marriage. Even the way, you know, people dress today, the way women dress, the clothes that they choose to wear, you know, it's just like, even in the church, you know, that's not even a safe zone, you know, for your eyes. And we know that the lust of the eye is a major issue. We've got Facebook now, right, where we can stay in contact with all of our exes, and we can constantly be exposed to them, and we can have access to them immediately, right? He wants you to fight. You know, he wants you to attend conferences by yourself and fight with your spouse. You know, he's gonna actually set you up for a fight with your spouse right before you go to the conference. We got people who just like never before don't respect marriage, who still come at you while you're married, and the devil makes sure that the person comes at you, you know, when you're dealing with some stuff in your marriage. The devil, he's never gonna tempt you, right, with something that's not appealing, but he's gonna tempt you with somebody that has exactly what you want, and is gonna be at a time where you're weakened. Okay, when was Jesus tempted? He was tempted on the mount after 40 days of fasting in the wilderness, right? That's when the devil came at him, talking about bread, right? Talking about, you know, giving you everything that you wanted, because he knows that he was in a weakened state. So what am I saying? I'm saying sometimes in your marriage, you know, the devil may throw stuff at you when you're weak. So, and then at the same time, we're more spiritually weak than ever, right? Because we don't go to church no more. We don't go to marriage class anymore. We don't even, the pastors are dealing with extreme low attendance, right? With marriage classes, because everybody's got it all together. Wrong. We got all of our priorities mixed up, and we're dealing with a demonic attack. Like, marriages are under a demonic attack. You have to understand what the devil is planning for you. You have to be aware of Satan's devices. And those of you who are young and married like me, you have to be spiritual about what's going on in your marriage, why the devil wants to break it, right? Why he wants you to struggle. And ultimately, if God has not given us a free pass in our marriages to get divorces, then we don't know, you know, what the Lord is going to say to us when we stand before him. We don't know if he's going to be feeling like we felt, well, you know, God, it just didn't work, because like it didn't work. But he's like, but you never sought me before you got with them. And then when you got with them, I said that my grace was sufficient for you, and I said that my strength would be made perfect in your weakness, but you didn't try me. You listened to the TV, you watched this bad example, you listened to your girlfriends who was talking yin yang. And this is the last point I'm gonna make. Don't ever just start talking to your friends about what's going on in your marriage, because you don't know what the desire is in their heart. Okay, they may be coveting what you have, they may want what you have, they may take that what you told them and use it against you. And I've seen it happen where people whose best friends end up in bed with, that's what they wanted all along, and they knew exactly how to get them because they knew exactly what was going on in your marriage. Okay, so then there's that. And then there's just talking to your friends, and your friends are giving you bad advice, and then before you know it, you divorced and they're still married. So, you know, you just have to be aware of who you're talking to. Just go to God. Go to your pastor. And when you talk to your pastor, they give you hard advice, if you got a good one. Because I know my daddy does, okay? I can go to him and he'd be like, I say, and he's always doing it. And then he's like, nobody is always doing anything. Like, that's impossible for him to always do that. Like, and I'm just like, you're so annoying. Because what I want you to say is, you know, get him, daddy. But what he's gonna tell me is, no, you need to submit yourself to God. You need to work on you and let the Lord work on him. And that is the best advice that anybody has ever given me, because it works. When I go to God with my concerns and with my problems, he hears me. And so I just want to say, you know, be encouraged, young couples. Be encouraged. We're going to fight this thing together. We're going to fight the good fight of faith. Know that God is on your side, and greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. And if it's you that's dealing with some of those things, I'm not saying it's easy, but what I am saying is that God is on your side. So don't give up on your marriage. Don't throw away your marriage. The devil wants you to throw it away. The devil wants you to step over it, to not value it. The devil wants to fill your head with lies and make you feel like you can do better if you try again. But that's not true. Nobody is more anointed to deal with your spouse than you. And yeah, you are going to have to deal with them. I say deal with them because I know the hardship that comes in marriage. I know that it's not easy, but it is worth it. It is worth it. And nobody is more anointed to deal with your companion, with their companion, than you are. That means that you have exactly what it takes to bring out the best in them. And I believe that with my whole heart. And I just wanted to encourage somebody, like I said, who may be struggling with whether or not they even want to be married. Sometimes you see so many bad examples, you like, I don't even want that. I grew up in a home where it was so horrible that I don't even want that. Or you got friends and you see them struggling and you like, I don't even want that. Or you watching too much Real Housewives, too much Mistresses, too much whatever, and you sitting there saying, I don't even know if I want that. Or maybe you're struggling with homosexuality and you saying, you know what, like, I'm straight, I can just be with this person. You can't just be with this person, because, and this is going to be an important point. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Like, you know, the Lord has ordained this to keep us from sexual sin, right? That's why it says, you know, to submit your body, you know, to your spouse, and when you're doing so, you cover them, right? And so I just want you to understand that if you choose not to get married, then that means you're choosing to live in sin. By acting like marriage is not important, then that means you're just going to live in sin for the rest of your life. And if I'm talking to a Christian, then you ought to believe that heaven and hell is real. So what I'm saying is, don't let the devil get in your mind and make you believe a lie that is not necessary, you know, that you can live a fulfilled life without it. You can, but make sure that in doing that, amen, you have submitted your entire body and your life to Jesus Christ, that you are not fornicating, you know, and saying that I can live on my own, because that's not going to work. That's not working. Okay. So maybe, you know, you have to reevaluate some things to make sure that you're living in the will of God. And I believe it's important to say this because I have seen a lot of poor examples, and even though I'm not perfect, and I want to say that 100 times, I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm living in sin, because I can't stand when people try to say like I'm not perfect to justify living in sin. What I'm saying is, you know, I struggle in my life and in my blended family and in my marriage too. Even though the devil has tried to attack marriages, make us non-invalid, try to make us, you know, be an archaic unit. I hear people saying, oh, that's old school. You know, nobody get married no more. Like, nobody does. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Guess what? It may not be necessary, but it is definitely an optimal opportunity that God has given us to live our best life. Don't let anybody tell you anything other than that. The devil has attacked our marriages. He's attacked marriage. He's attacked the foundation of the family in so many different ways, knowing that if he can come from all sides and he feel like he can weaken you, he feel like he feel like he can throw gay marriage at you, he feel like he can throw homosexuality at you, got you wanting something that's not natural, feel like, you know, he can throw, you know, all kind of adultery and fornicating ideas at you, just throwing education where your education, well, you know, I'm gonna just do this because I don't want to settle down yet. I don't want to settle down. Listen to me. Marriage is a beautiful thing that can take you much further than you can go by yourself. I ain't talking to the eunuchs, like I said. I ain't talking to you unless it's you. I ain't talking to you. I'm just talking about what I know. You can do a lot of good things, you know, while you're still married. You can go really far while you're still married. The devil wants you to, you know, get pregnant. You said you weren't getting married and you was just gonna get your degree, but now you ended up pregnant. So now you have a child and you don't have a man, and you put your degree program off anyways. Or perhaps you working on your degree and you say, you know, I don't want that right now, and you're still fornicating. You know, something can happen. Your days are not promised to you. You can end up in hell. You can end up dead and then end up in hell. Okay, so then he says it's better to marry than burn, and that's what I'm talking about. That when you burning in your lust, okay, you're burning. You're made to burn. You liking on somebody. You can't make good decisions. You're just all messed up. Do the right thing. It's still honorable. God honors that. He loves it when you do the right thing. He loves it when you get on your knees and seek the Lord. Ask him to lead you and guide you in this thing. Ask him to send you a godly spouse. Ask him to break the relationship off if it wasn't from him. I prayed that prayer. Break it off if it's not from you. I don't want it. Amen. Amen. So God bless you. And remember, stay noisy for God.